I can't believe it is already 2025. We are setting intentions, setting new goals for the year. I take fresh starts very seriously. I'm a very conceptual person. So when I think of January 1st in any new year, I'm like, okay, this is my time. I am going to set very specific goals that I know are attainable and are approachable, that I will really commit to for the year ahead, and I am so excited to share them with you. So today we are going to dive into my top 5 wellness goals for 2025. They are all about becoming healthier and happier and more aligned this year, and these aren't just surface level resolutions. These are all mindset shifts, habit changes that I know will make a real difference. So let's jump into it. My very first New Year resolution is to create guilt-free boundaries with people. Now, I already feel like throughout the years, I've kind of established the ability to create boundaries with people, but a lot of the time I'm still creating boundaries, but with guilt after. I feel like in my past, I have definitely been a little bit of a people pleaser, and I know you can probably relate. But in 2025, I really want to focus on saying no to others, which will mean internally saying yes to myself. And I know this may seem something very subtle and simple, but it is a game changer when it comes to just authentically living for you. Another little micro habit within this resolution is also just keeping a really tight circle of people that I do want to be around. I think especially with moving to a new city like Miami only a couple years ago, I've really had to start at square one when it comes to building friendships. And throughout the past 2 years, there are people that I've gotten close to that I may have realized after I've spent significant amount of time with them that, you know what, I don't think they actually are someone that I want to totally be around all the time, and I can still be friends with them and be friendly with them, but I'm going to put them here while I put my energy towards finding friendships and finding people that I feel more aligned with and that I feel also only want the best for me and vice versa. So part of creating boundaries is also making sure that you are around people that make you feel good, that lift you up, that make you feel joy, and also that you have commonalities with, that you can talk to about things that you are both interested in. I think that that's kind of also been one of the biggest barriers for me in Miami, is just finding other girls, other women who are like me, and not just talking about surface level things when I'm spending time with them, like actually getting into deep, meaningful conversation. So that kind of is a bullet point within my first New Year's resolution, which again is creating guilt-free boundaries with people. But in order for me to live authentically, show up as the best version of me, I feel like it is something that I do need to work on. So that is first on the list for 2025 New Year's goals. So when I was thinking about my second wellness goal for 2025, I did want to have a goal under kind of the nutrition category. But again, over the years, I've really dialed in on nutrition. I've made the switch to whole foods. I've made the switch to getting away from calorie counting and getting more into intuitive eating and just focusing on real whole foods. I feel like I'm good there. I feel like I don't need to make any changes with that. I just need to keep on that same trajectory. But something that I have started actually doing more so towards the end of 2024 is really beginning to eliminate sugar and alcohol from my weekly routines. Obviously, alcohol has never really been a routine for me, but it is a routine in the sense that when you go out, you're just socially kind of expected to drink. And when you don't drink, people ask, why aren't you drinking? have a drink with me. You get peer pressured, and a lot of the times I'm like, I'm having 1 or 2 drinks, but only because people are like forcing it on me. Why do I need to do that? Alcohol has never made me feel good. When I was in university, I would tell people that I was allergic to alcohol and I would drink more excessively back then. I would just get so sick. It was like every single time I drank more than just a couple of drinks, my body completely rejected it. And this year, 2024, has probably been the year that I've drank the least amount of alcohol, but still, you know, on a pretty consistent basis, maybe once a week, depending what the week looks like, maybe twice. But there have been periods of time this year where I've cut alcohol out for a couple weeks at a time, and the difference in how I feel mentally, physically, is insane. And the same goes for sugar. If you remember, and if you follow me, hopefully you do, on social media, on Instagram, and within the Shape community, we actually did a 8-week sugar detox back in September. This was the period of time, again, which I was really dedicated towards eliminating sugar and alcohol. And the difference in how you feel in clarity when you wake up in the morning and your energy levels, it's just the best state of being. So am I promising that I'm going to completely cut out alcohol for 2025? No. Am I going to have no cookies in 2025? Absolutely no. But what I am going to do is be a lot more picky of when I do drink alcohol and make sure that it is a really special occasion and it is worth it for me. Same goes for eating sugar. I can get in a really bad habit of thinking that I need a piece of chocolate or something sweet after lunch and dinner. And once you break that habit and you stop eating sugar, you actually stop craving it. So I have done that. I need to get back into that, especially after the holidays, because there's been a lot of sugar happening over here as expected. And these are just practices that I know will make me feel amazing. So when it comes to that kind of nutrition, food, diet umbrella for our wellness goals for 2025, I am focusing and narrowing in on sugar and alcohol. Moving on to goal number 3, increasing my mindfulness and also getting back into reading. I need that so badly. So over the years, of course, I've talked about it before in other videos, mindfulness practice, whether it's breath work, EFT, hypnosis, meditation, is something that I really only started incorporating into my life since 2020, and it has been such a game changer when it comes to just overall stress and well-being. But if I'm really real with you and with myself, I'm only doing mindfulness practices, again, like meditation or breath work, 2 to 3 times a week. I would love to make it 4. I need to start putting more attention and energy towards that, because when I start my day with my meditation, when I force myself to just live in it and sit in it and be super present for that first 5 to 10 minutes when I wake up in the morning, it changes the trajectory for the rest of my day. And that is the type of vibe that I want to take into my every single day in 2025. So really narrowing in back on mindfulness in terms of like an actual practice, that is going to be something that I'm going to focus on for 2025. But the other big one is reading. I don't think I picked up a book in 2024. That is a problem. I used to be, I wouldn't say an avid reader, but I definitely used to read more than what I do now. I think especially with my job being on the phone, being on my computer 24/7, I kind of think of it, the last thing I want to do is go to bed at 8 or 9 p.m., like get into bed and use my brain more. I just want to shut off. So most of the time I lean more into just watching a show that will shut my mind off and I don't need to think. But the problem with that is that I'm still using a screen. I want to get away from that. I really want to try to go to bed not on my iPad, on the projector, or on my phone. So getting into that habit of reading at night or even just when I go to the beach so often, I just lay there. I do listen to a lot of podcasts. I would say that that's kind of replaced the reading, but there's something about old school, picking up a book, flipping through the pages. You can feel it. We're not on a screen. I don't want a Kindle. I want to start reading books. So if you have any amazing book recommendations, please, please, please let me know down in comments, because I'm going to be making an order ASAP for my new reading list for 2025. Moving on to goal number 4, I really did also want to have a goal that fell under the movement category. But as we know, I'm working out all the time. I'm getting in my daily steps. So it was something that I really had to sit on and think about. And my goal with movement for 2025 is to really focus on only moving my body when it feels good. So as you guys know, I'm working out all the time. I'm filming workouts for my app. I'm filming content for Instagram, TikTok, all the social medias, YouTube. And a lot of the times I'm doing it because I have to do it. And then on top of that, I'm also doing my workout. But when it comes to movement, if there's anything that I've learned over the past 10 years of working not only with thousands of women, but just looking internally at myself, is the less that I do, the better that I feel, and the better results that I have. So if I'm tired, I don't need to do the Wednesday upper body and arms workout. It's okay to just go for a walk instead and not having guilt with that. I know this is something that a lot of people struggle with, and knowing and understanding that our rest days are just as important, especially during different phases of our cycle, is the real key here. I think because I'm also always showing up for other people, not to say that it's a negative, I absolutely love it so much. A lot of the times my workouts are for other people instead of just doing it for me. So I follow the Shape weekly schedule as much as I can, because I also want to show to my members and to my community that these workouts do work. But I think that it also is okay for, instead of me going to the gym and watching a video of me that I put hours into editing, filming, coming up with the circuit, the workout, the exercises, maybe I can just shut my mind off and do, a similar upper body day and not feel like I need to just do it because I need to please other people. So I think that that's something that I want to lean into for the new year, doing more workouts for me, doing what I love. I also really love walking because it gives me the opportunity to be outside in sunlight and fresh air and in nature. So maybe that means taking some of my workout time and putting it towards walking instead. Trust me, I'm still getting my weekly Pilates and resistance and strength and stretching and mobility from all of the other things that I'm doing, but I need to take care of me, especially as we get into the 5th year of Shape, which is crazy. I wanna make sure that it's sustainable long-term and it's something that I can carry on for, 5 more years to come. So I really do need to take care of me, and that is what I am going to focus on. 2025 is gonna be a good year. And I actually love that I'm gonna have this video to reference back to, because if I ever forget, I'm like, no. We said it on YouTube, we said it here, we gotta do it. Moving on to my final goal for 2025, I want to get more involved in the community here in Miami and truly make a difference. So I am going to be researching and looking for volunteer opportunities. I feel like not only does it give you a sense of joy and fulfillment, but it is also a form of social connection, which I feel that sometimes I am not so in tune with, especially with working from home, not having so much of a community or group of friends here in Miami. So this is the perfect opportunity to get myself out there, put myself in a new environment, and at the same time, give my time and energy to make a positive impact. I think it's really important when we're thinking about volunteering or getting into the community in this way, is finding opportunities that align with your values. So I may look for a program that gives children the opportunity to be active after school, or I may look for a local women's shelter that needs help with X, Y, and Z, whatever it may be. When you find a purpose that kind of fuels your soul and that like makes you feel alive, it gives you so much more purpose and energy to show up for other people. So I think that this is a really beautiful way for me to, again, connect with my community, be a little bit more social, and also have more purpose here in Miami, because this was something that I was more integrated in when I was living back in Toronto. So I think now that I have my flow here, I'm in my routine, I'm grounded, I'm good. Now it's time to put this energy outwards and help others. I think that I'm really excited to do that for 2025. So it will be top of my list to start researching. If again, you are local in Miami watching this and you have any ideas or charities that you think would be a good fit, please let me know in comments below, and I will keep you guys all updated with where I begin to volunteer. So those are my top 5 wellness goals for 2025. Let me know if any of those resonated with you or inspired you, and let me know what your goals are for 2025 below. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check out my latest YouTube video here, and I will see you next time.